Alright, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're going to be trying something that I have no idea if it's going to work, truthfully, but we're going to try to make Maralen Fae Ascendent somewhat playable in Standard. I feel like when it works, it's going to go off, but when it's not, we might struggle. So we're just going to play it by ear and see what we can do. So we're starting with some Requiting Hex, because, early removal. We are playing a fair bit of mana here because Maralen costs 5, and we have some other stuff that's 4 and 5 as well. But we do have some Llanowar Elves in here, along with Bitterbloom Bear, because this is a fairy and does still trigger Maralen, so that's actually very cool, and can get us some cheap blockers. We do have Bitter Triumph for some extra removal, and Bloom Tinder. Since we're going to be playing 2 and 3 colors, we might as well play this and get some extra mana out of it. We have Glendalindra Guardian, which is a way that we could counter some non-creature spells occasionally. We do have Mutable Explorer, so this counts as an elf or a fairy or whatever we need it to, and it produces an extra mana by making a Mutavault land, which is nice. We do have Tyvar the Pummeler as a way we can just dump mana if we don't have anything else going on, and it's a creature that can survive a sweeper, which is nice. A couple of Maelstrom Pulse as a catch-all removal. We do have a couple of Champions of the Perfect, because we do have enough elves in the deck. I believe in total there are like 21 elves. So, actually, let me double check that. Number of elves. 19 plus the Mutable Explorers, because I don't think those are counted in that total. So, this should be a way we could get extra cards while having a big body. We do have Dwynen Guiltleaf Dane, which is cool because this is a way that we could pump our other elves and maybe get some extra damage, but also gain a little bit of life. We have 1 copy of Vivian, just kind of because Vivian's good and can help us dig for Maralen. We have 3 copies of Maralen Fae Ascendant, and when this enters, any elf or fairy you control enters, you then get to exile the top 2 cards of the opponent's library, and then you can play any of those cards for free if you have number of elves and fairies equal to or greater than the cost of that card. And then we have Liliana Dreadhorde General, just because we're in black and we just want to spend the mana to do something. But honestly, if a card could be cut, it's probably this one. But yeah, y'all know the drill. If you're going to buy any Magic cards, go over to Friends and check them out over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. If you use my code DRAGON, it's DRAGN. It'll save you 5% on literally everything you want to buy, which is super awesome. You save money and you get to support us around here. But for now, let's go see if Maralen, or these elves as a whole, can get us any wins. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll keep this. I think the problem is going to be trying to figure out, really for this type of build, what is the right mix of creatures to play that not only do stuff that's productive, but still buy you time on the way to playing Maralen. And that's tough. I wish I knew that answer. What this deck needs is an Elves of Deep Shadow that can tap for black mana, not just green. That would be exciting. Are you playing fairies? You want to counter my Bitterbloom Bear? They want to kill it. That makes sense. Interesting that they didn't try to remove our Llanowar Elf. But they did get some value here, so it's not like the worst thing for them. Oh, well, that's a thing. Alright. Yeah, I'll do this. Because there's a chance we weren't going to be able to play it next turn anyway. Because, like, if we get rid of the Llanowar Elf, we still weren't going to be able to play it. So, yeah, if this just dies, no real loss. Now, if we get an untapped land, we can still play Maralen. Alright, there we go. Though I'm now feeling like the opponent's deck is probably a ton of removal. But I'm assuming at some point you have to have some more creatures, right? Nope, they just drew the all removal hand. Fair enough. 'Tis what it is. Alright. And boy. Alright. I'll put this on black, I guess. Just so I have the ability to still use Bitter Triumph if necessary. Tishana's Tidebinder. Well, I guess it's good we did what we did, huh? I'll pay the 3 life. I'm a sucker. Actually, am I going to pay the 3 life? Yeah, sure. Oh, actually, you know what? That was dumb. I should have just paid the 3 because I had the other land on tap because I wasn't going to be able to do anything with it this turn anyway. So yeah, so that was a bad idea. That was very, very bad, actually. But whatever. We're in it now. Alright. The opponent literally drew all removal, 1 fairy, and Tidebinder. I mean, what are we going to do? Yeah, I'll block. Why not? Jeez. Come on, deck. We have 30 creatures almost. I think there's 29 or something in the deck. And all we can do is draw that. Obviously, they have more removal, but we got to make them play it. Nope. It's probably another Tidebinder. If it's activating right now, it's a Tidebinder. Oh, it's not. They just wanted to make sure they had a copy of their land? I guess they forgot we could block? I don't know what happened there. Huh. That is a very peculiar situation. Let's see if we can find something we can play here, I guess. How many lands do I have? 3 available? Man, Dwynen would be so good here. I guess we take this, though, right? And then we can at least make 2 creatures they have to remove over the next 2 turns. I mean, they can put us down to 3 here, which is real, because I'm sure they're playing enough fairies to have flash flyers, which is a problem. So, gotta respect it. I was like, us going to 3 is a real problem. Alright, and are we dead to something? Kaito. Interesting. But we can just attack Kaito. Oh, I guess technically we also have Maelstrom Pulse. They might just be doing it to draw cards because their hand's pretty low. And they don't have any other creature lands. That's good to know. Wow, you are no help. I mean, Dawnhand Dissonant, you're a body. I mean, geez, you see how many lands we've seen between the last 2 pulls? That's tough. And then attack for 3? Discard that, I guess. Or play it, not discard it. Alright. So this is good, because now if they get rid of our creatures we could block with, we actually can still activate the land and do stuff, so we have outs still. Interesting. So do you have a proper removal spell? If so, we're just blocking with Dawnhand Dissonant, so it's not a big deal. Oh, well, cool. Yeah, we're still blocking with Dawnhand Dissonant. Didn't change anything. Congrats. You got it. Blocking here. Alright. I was going to say, let's naturally draw a creature, and let's also find something here with Vivian. You have another Tidebinder? I was going to say, come on now. That was about to be silly. What does the opponent have here? What are we supposed to do? I guess we do this, and if they have a removal, it's just game over, right? Alright. Let's see what happens. They're also looking at like, when can you -8 Vivian? Interesting that they're all out attacking us. Can I still activate this? If it's ability of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Oh, okay. So we can. Alright, that was weird. Like, what if I play a Bitterbloom Bear? Like, I don't know, man. You played a Bitterbloom Bear. I guess we block like this? Is that optimal? Probably. And then the opponent goes to 8, and now we can just ultimate Vivian? Well, that's also very good. What is in your hand? Like, how do we die? I think is what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, we just activate this, right? And then we just say, Vivian's bringing the heat.
Those that survive are stronger for it.
Sure. I don't know how we came back to win this one, honestly. I'm baffled at how this whole thing progressed. The opponent was basically all removal counters into Shauna's Tidebinders, is basically what this game was. And then we somehow ended up winning on the back of the singular Vivian. I say winning. They still have a card in hand. The thing for them here, though, is that even if they had a kill spell for the perfect, then they take 6, they go down to 1 on their turn, they attack us for 1, and then they just die during their upkeep to their own creature. And our creatures are always going to have trample because of Vivian's emblem. It looks like we got them to rope, though, folks. Gotta love that. When the control player, or I guess mid-rangey / control... This is a control deck with just a couple of mid-rangey elements. But either that, I guess they could have drawn, like, the control part of the deck, and then they still have Cecil and Kaido and whatever. It's probably Dimir midrange. But, yeah, somehow... I mean, I guess because we played 29 creatures or whatever, eventually we were just going to get there. But, man, we drew a lot of mana, though. And the opponent's out of rope, and they're just going to die here. Gotta love it. Not even mad about it. Let's go. What we have learned, though, from the interview is that if you do have somebody who's like playing quick, then all of a sudden they just rope whenever they're about to lose, report them because they actually do stuff to those accounts. Okie dokie. We will try. We're going to be playing just an overcosted Bloom Tender that's only going to make 1 color mana, sadly. But we do what we got to do, you know? We made our mana. Can we do anything with it? That's the real question. I actually kind of enjoy that. That feels like, and I don't know if this is accurate, that there's not going to be anything crazy in our future. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And since we know what's on top, I'm just going to do this and attack. It just looks like we're playing a bad elf deck right now. Sure. I mean, are they 1-for-1ing and still going to play sweepers? Because I have no clue. I mean, this still might just be Day of Judgment here. You know, they're just trying to keep us from ramping in the meantime, which would make sense. My kingdom for an untapped black source. Oh, just random 2/3 angel. Alright. I mean, that's a thing that happened. Yeah, I don't feel like we really need Bloom Tinder now. But we will attack with all these things. I guess I could have added another counter before I got rid of the Bloom Tinder, but... Alright, end the turn. We can save that, though, for a Bitter Bloom Bear in case. Because I feel like Day of Judgment's about to happen here. See? I don't know. I've talked about it before. We feel like we see so many decks on the ladder that are creature decks and also playing like a ton of sweepers and things. I find it very peculiar. Unfortunately, I don't have any elves handy, so we're just going to attack with these. And then I'll just get ready for the next removal spell, or sweepers, I should say. Oh, there's a Giada. So this is an angel deck? An actual, like, legit angel pile? Would have never guessed that, actually. No, that's fun, I guess. We'll just speed run our own life total. Why not? Put the opponent to 2. Sweeper number 2. And there's 3 unknown cards. Nope, not enough. That's a weird one, because it felt like we won, but we really didn't do anything. Like, we played some Llanowar Elves, a Bloom Tender. We got one good attack in with Dwynen, and then we attacked once with a couple of fairies, and that was the whole game. Like, that feels so weird. But, you know, you take the wins where you can. Okay, we'll need to find mana from here, but this at least does stuff and gets us all our colors. I mean, the downside is we can't really play Bitter Bloom. Actually, this hand's actually kind of bad. I should have mulliganed this. Especially if Llanowar Elf ends up kicking the bucket next turn. Couldn't even give me like a Mutable Explorer or something deck. That would have been nice. Do we attack? Nah. Mostly, like, if we had more lands in hand, I would consider it, because I could still play Champions of the Perfect next turn, but without it, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, sure, no blocks. You got it. Restless Reef, tapped. Though we will be able to play Maralen soon, so that's a thing. Can't even attack with these. I will get rid of a Llanowar. Ooh. Ugh. Ah. Yeah, we'll just have to draw a land. If nothing else, we'll play Bitter Bloom Bear, and that'll count for something. They can always bounce our Champion of the Perfect, too. Good news is, right now, their burn spells are too small to destroy the champion. So it's bounce it, or they probably don't have a real thing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I figured. Those are often the choices. Sure. Okay, I was about to say, if they left mana up, it would have meant that they had the counter, but it doesn't appear they do. So I think I'm just going to go here. And here. And we'll just pass. I guess I should have killed Granran there, though, before they had a chance to do anything with her. Alright. Do they actually have the counter? They do not. Alright, so they get to keep their otter. We lose our little duders. Fair enough. There's another elf. Pass turn. Man, we didn't draw anything but elves this game. Literally. It's been... Actually, we didn't even draw... We drew a land, and we drew elves. That's been the whole game so far. That's pretty disappointing. Opportunity was there, and couldn't even take advantage of it. Alright, well... Opponent will be able to finish us quite easily here, unless we find a... probably Maelstrom Pulse. But alright, we'll just attack. Play this. Exile this. I mean, there's a bunch of ways they can get rid of the Champion of the Perfect now, though. We have to kind of just hope they have lands, really, which it doesn't look like they do. Because they already have 3 over here, so yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to find the damage to get rid of the Champions of Perfect. The other problem here, too, though, is if we were to... Oh, what are they returning? Oh, so they're going to try to deal 2 spells to it next turn? That kind of makes sense, I guess. Alright, we take 3, and then we go down to 6, then to 5. So we really only have 2 turns. So, like, unless we get rid of this on one of the next draws, we're just dead. I mean, our draws were pretty bad this game, so the fact... Wow, they're generating treasure and not actually killing us feels very weird. That feels not right. I'm gonna go ahead and just play this and get a card now. Yeah, we won't be playing that either. Ugh, man, we are in bad shape. We are in very, very bad shape. Alright. Well, that's kind of all we can do. They can get rid of all of our ground creatures, pick off our flyer, attack us, and then make us discard, or they discard, and then deal 3 and 3. And then off our Deuter. This is tough. I feel like we sort of just like did what we could, but they're just... We never had an opportunity to do anything here. I'm just going to give them the GGs. We should already be dead. They should just be pinging us for damage. Like... Yeah. Alright. We're not coming back from this. I have to block, lose a creature, go to 5. Like, yeah. It's fine. Sure. I mean, I can't really play these Deuters, which is a little bit of a problem, but okay. This is intriguing. I guess we're supposed to play Bloom Tender here. Though Llanowar Elf would not have been sad either. But we're hoping Bloom Tender survives, and then we could play both of these. Oh, actually, no, we can't, because we would need 3 green, and I only have access to 1 green. 2 green. Oh, yeah, this goes away, obviously. Oh, you know what? That's cool. I'm just going to tap you for green. Let's do this. And then let's pass and see what the opponent wants to do. Corpses of the Lost. Oh, you're playing that deck? Okay, yeah, sure. Your dude comes through. I mean, the good news is we can, from here, be able to trade 1 point of life to protect 3 points of life. And that's actually a very good exchange for us. So let's attack. Attack. Do I have to tap any creature, alright? Let's attack with this. Just want to leave a couple of creatures back in case something gets a little squirrely, because you never know. Or if I try to give Tyvar indestructible and then they want to respond and then I got to do it again, you know. Yeah, sure. Copy them tokens. Opponent's doing nothing. Alright. If I pump everything, we have 6. Well, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so plus 15. So it's 22. They have to block Tyvar. That would put them at... Yeah, I think we just go for it, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, my logic was it's 22. You have to block at least Tyvar. You block Tyvar, you take whatever that is, 16. They're at 1. They'd be down at least 1 creature. If they found a way to deal 12 to us in that turn, so be it. Right? We just have to live with it. And we're on the draw. I guess we'll keep it. But man, there's a lot of potential for this hand to not go well. We may just be on removal action here. Yeah. And the opponent kept a 1-lander. That's interesting. Why would you have kept a 1-lander? Alright, I'm going to do this with the assumption that if they find another land, they'd want to play one of their creatures that benefits from them gaining life. Oh, it's a Voice of Victory. Well, that's not what I expected to see. Be lying if I said otherwise, but yeah, let's take 2 then. Let's play this proactively. I guess the other argument is I could have played the 3-4 there and then tapped this. Oh, but it wouldn't have gotten me black, though. Never mind. Alright. I mean, we're 1 turn away from being able to just play Liliana at this point. Alright, you're gaining some life. Kinscar, sure. Sure, no blocks. So the question here is, what do we want to do? I think it's probably best to do this. Scariest card here is probably Sentry. Though they could use Stadium Headliner to remove something. God, this is tough. Either way, this is gonna... Oh, wait. This taps for 4 mana now. Well, for 3 plus 1. This is... I guess I leave this tapped. And then let's just see what the opponent does here. Because if they play something like... I don't know, let's say War Leader's Call, I probably want to get rid of, like, the Stadium Headliner here. But if they don't, they just go to the attack step, then maybe we just get rid of Kinscar Guy. This is what, if you gain 5 or more? So you'd gain 1, 2, plus maybe put a creature in from... Yeah, alright. Well, I guess we gotta get rid of Resplendent Angel. That's a bigger issue. I'm just gonna pay the 3 life. We're gonna live dangerously. Do what you gotta do here, opponent. I respect your decisions. Yep, what you got? I mean, you got some life gain. What are we putting in? Essence Channeler. Alright. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to block here. We're going to block here. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to block with this. Taking 5, but then the opponent only has 2 creatures, and we play Liliana, make everybody sacrifice stuff, and I think we're good. Oh, took an extra point I forgot about, because Kinscar does first strike and have lifelink. Alright, we go to 5. Gonna play this here, Liliana. And then I think I'm going to get rid of my own Bitter Bloom Bearer here, since we're at 5 life. So I'm going to get rid of Token and Bitter Bloom Bearer.
This is more enjoyable than slaying demons.
And we get some cards. Llanowelf and Champion. I don't think we can afford to go to 3. I think there's too many random things they could have here. But we do attack. And if they have a hasty thing, I'm willing to live with that. Those decks don't tend to have those. Leyline of Hope, fine. Like, you got it. Okay. Make a dude. And then tap for 3. 4. Oh, wait. Ah, dang it. Let's undo that. I actually want to tap this. Because if we have an additional green, I could play a Llanowelf this turn too. And then I'm actually going to get rid of this. So now we're going to have Champions of the Perfect. We'll be able to use Maelstrom Pulse to get rid of their case, because that's the real problem here. Because creatures are only so much of an issue because we can make them sacrifice creatures. Do we get another opponent roping? Alright, looks like the opponent did indeed run out of rope. So we're going to go ahead and do our thing. Get a card here. And be in great shape. Even attack for sport in case they have anything to do here. But it looks like we took over. They decided to rope. We'll take our win and move on here in just a second. Yep, and there it is. We have to mulligan this one. No mana creatures, no nothing there. I am going to gamble on No Bitter Triumph. Sure, you got it. I saw people saying, like, they haven't played against decks with Authority of the Consoles until all of a sudden they got them. Like, I see Authority of the Consoles all the time. Like, no exaggeration, all the time. Like, I'll see it in the videos we make. I mean, it's multiple times a day. So, I don't know who's not out here playing Authority of the Consoles, but we see it quite a lot. I can tell you that. Yeah, I think we just get this out of the way. Pay the 3 life. Oh, that resolves. Play this guy. In the turn. Mostly so if there's a Day of Judgment or something here, I can actually protect Tyvar. Alright, they're just going to get their card here. Makes sense. Get you a blocker. Oh, that's fun. Not mad at that. So we can play this. We can attack with Tyvar with Dissident. Actually, I might want to use Dissident. Would I trade this right now? Probably. Yeah, alright. Let's kind of see where the opponent's head's at here. The other thing about Tyvar is it does open the door to being able to pump the flyers, which is kind of nice, because it just says creatures you control, it doesn't say elves. What do you got going on, opponent? Alright, so we're going to be making tokens that way. So I feel like they do have sweepers. I think that's... They're playing very few creatures, and their creatures are likely from permanents, not actual creatures. That is not overly helpful. However, we do get to attack with this and this. And then I guess we just pump them. And then they're priced into playing a sweeper here if they got it. And then we'll still be just short of being able to beat them. So we're going to have to find something. Alright. Hopefully you don't have double removal. Or they might, and it might just be like Day of Judgment here. And they didn't realize we could... Yeah. That's what I thought. Something like that. That makes sense. Opponents. What did you do that for? Alright, I'll take a Vivian here. And then put the opponent to 3. I mean, obviously, they'll be able to gain a life back and everything else here, so... That's neither here nor there, really. I don't think we can finish the opponent. Honestly, I think they got us. And they know what we have on top of the library, which doesn't help. Yeah, there's Najani. Alright, GG's. And yes, the opponent's at 3, but they're going to attack, gain a life, so they're at 4. They're going to use a Johnny to either kill a thing as they were set up to. They can also make a token to block, so we're not going to get any damage through with Restless Reef. They had way too many cards for us to even attempt to try to mill them out. So, and we know the best we could do with Vivian is get rid of one of these, but that still doesn't solve the problem now they have Najani. So we still would have been behind the 8 ball. Because even if we minus Vivian, she's at 2. The tokens just kill her. We just get rid of one of those. So we're already too far behind in that game. Oh, this is an easy mulligan for sure. This is also not great, though. I mean, this is a bad one, but we kind of have to keep it and just hope for the best. It's sadly just one of those situations. I mean, we have 1 and 2 mana duders, but we did not find them, so that doesn't really matter. And are we really going to just play Tyvar by himself out there? That seems really bad. I don't think that's the business we want to be in. So I'm just going to pass here. Oh, you know what? I should have played this in case they flash in their own creature. I'd have been able to kill it. Like, that would have been worth taking the 2. So we could actually have access to all these cards. Got a little lucky that they didn't have anything of relevance there. Oh, they're playing Terror Tide? Wow, this is a Squirming Emergence Reanimator pile. That's tough. And with them playing Terror Tide, Tyvar's not going to do a whole lot. This might just be a case of where the opponent's playing cards that are actually not necessarily the metagame cards, but they're going to be good against us. And that's just kind of how it is. Sometimes you just got to accept the unfortunate truths. Alright, we'll just play this knowing it's probably going to die. Especially since all the removal just gives, like, minuses and stuff anyway. Yeah, do what you're going to do. I don't even know what I'm looking for, like a Llanowar Elf, so I could, like, play this guy and draw a card. I mean, like, I don't even know what a good situation is here right now. This is so tough. I mean, I guess just attack with both of these? I don't know. Oh, what'd I do that for? I just put stuff in their graveyard for them. Unfortunately, they missed and they didn't get anything relevant, but that could have been bad. That was so dumb. I should have milled myself. We got lucky that this is all they hit with the Mutable Explorer, but could have been very bad. Oh, did we still accidentally win this? Oh, it's a Throne of the Grim Captain deck. Oh, I guess so, since you have like Mutable Explorers and these things, Changelings or whatever. I see what you're doing. That's kind of cool. I can respect that. Yep, then we'll just be able to attack with our duders. Man, this hand did not feel very good, but you know, you still take a win when you get them. I will mill myself this time because that's the correct thing to do. All right, cool. We'll take that. So as it turns out, even flipping that Mutable Explorer could have been bad because they were a Grim Captain deck, not a regular Reanimator deck, and we did not know that at the time. Oh, this is weird because I was like 2 games over 500 with this, which is fine, but how, like, I think ultimately this deck should just be built probably like a mid-rangey elf deck, right? Don't even worry about getting cute with like Mutable Explorers and Glendalendra's Guardian and all that stuff. And just play either elves and or multi-lands that can get you blue mana to support your Maralen, right? And the rest should just, and I guess maybe you could still play Bitter Bloombear because that still works with Maralen and that's fine. But I don't know, again, I don't think we need Mutable Explorer, because if this was just Archdruid, where you're pumping all your elves and getting extra mana, like it becomes easier to do all this other stuff, right? Do we need Glenalendra Guardian? It's nice, and it's not bad because you do get to sometimes just prevent your opponent from casting like a Day of Judgment or something, which is fantastic. But at the end of the day, I think just trying to lean on the different colors early and leave up blue mana and do all this other stuff just felt a little bit clunky in too many games, truthfully. So yeah, I think if you were going to play a mid-rangey green elf deck and you just wanted to splash the lands for Maralen, that's probably still reasonable. I think you'll still get a lot of value out of it. I was actually going to say the Planeswalkers weren't that good, but we won a game each, particularly because we had Vivian, another one because we had Liliana, and then there was another game where we were looking for one of those and didn't draw one. Could probably get by playing another Maelstrom Pulse. The deck is what I would call good enough, but not great, not flashy. Like if you just want to play Maralen, this is probably the closest you can get to making it work. But the other reality is, if you're just playing a good mid-rangey black-green deck, you probably don't really need Maralen either. You could just cut the blue and just play a black-green deck and be totally fine, right? Is this any better than the black-green deck we played yesterday? I think the one with Avatar's Destiny. I think that's the order y'all are seeing the videos. Then I would probably go back and play the one with the Avatar's Destiny. But, again, if you want to play fairies, you want to play Maralen, you want to play the elves, I say give it a go. I wouldn't go out of my way to craft it and spend your resources on it if you don't already have the cards. But if you do, it's a fun take to give a try. But the link will be over on Moxfield. Y'all can try it for yourself and figure it out, see how you feel about it. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.